Okay, we got on the bench this morning, get our lights to focus there. Trail camera. This time it's from Tomshoo. Can't get enough trail cameras. We love these things. We set them up down the ravine and catch all kinds of critters on them. I'll go through quickly what comes in the box and then we'll run out and get some footage with this thing. So I've already been using it. This isn't an official unboxing. So here's the cord that it comes with. You just basically wrap that around a tree and then it holds the camera to the tree, and that's the way we're using it. There's a USB cord that it comes with, and that's for updating the firmware as well as downloading imagery, etc. to your computer. There's an adapter with an adapter plate, so you could screw that to something if you were using this for, say, home security, and then take that nut off there, put that in there, and this would mount to the trail camera. There's a thing in the bottom of the trail camera to fix this too. So those are those two things. That's just the carrier, don't need that. It's got a really good product manual. Comes in a couple different languages. I noticed I didn't look at all the languages, but we can go back through. That'll be at the front page maybe. There's English, French, German, Italian, Spanish, looks like Czech and Japanese. So is that Czech? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know what language that is. So there's the product manual. It's well written, it's easy to understand, it's quite basic. The setup for these things is quite basic. It's all about the same for all of them. There's also a tool in here, and I'll get to that in just a moment. Well, I can show you right now actually. It's just to open and close this, and that increases or decreases the friction by squeezing these plates, the friction of these two things. So when this is tight, this doesn't move very much at all, so you can position it and then tighten this up. So there you go. There's one more little kind of business card in there. It says, thanks for buying our product, leave us a review, we'll give you 20% off. Probably some warranty stuff there as well. One more thing that's super important with this one is the remote control. And of course I should bring into the picture here the actual trail camera. Flip it right side up and there it is. This one's a bit different from the other versions of trail camera that we have. The differences on this one are a few things. So the screen, to start off, the screen is here. I don't know if I like that or not. I guess it's pretty good. You can open it up, check your images, and close it without having to mess around with all the other stuff. So there's your sensors up there, your lens is here, and these are your near infrared lights for lighting stuff up at night, and here's some monitoring lights. So this one is different in a couple of ways. First of all, you've got this screen there. The other thing is this port down here opens like this, and this exposes all of your AC plugins, so you could run it off of AC power if you have electricity nearby, your USB port, your SD card slot. Now I had to buy this and put it in myself. It doesn't come with one. And then this is the battery compartment. Okay, so this is a bit different. I don't have any batteries in it now, but you take the batteries basically like this. The flat part always goes against the spring. Lock it into position, and you can run 4 or you can run 8. So 4 on this side or 4 on this side or 8 in total. Then it flips upside down and it slides right in there like this. I don't know if I like this system yet or not, although it's worked pretty well. So you just close it like that. It's pretty straightforward. This little tab is there to help you open it again and pull that out. So that's it. There's also a switch down here, and there's 3 positions on the switch. To the far right is off, in the middle is test, and then on. And on is where you're going to have it when you close the door and run away, and it's going to take the pictures and videos while you're gone. So we'll leave it on off. We'll put some batteries into it. And then the other component to this is that it comes with a remote control. Now that can be good and bad. That means you don't have to open it up necessarily. You can just use the remote to open this thing, check your images, and close it, and away you go. Having said that, if you lose this remote, you're in trouble. I don't know if you can get another one. I'll look into that and maybe ask the manufacturer, but if you lose this remote, I don't know if that's a good thing. So let's close it up and lock this down. There is a port, a waterproof port in the bottom where you could insert an adapter. It doesn't come with an AC adapter, but you could plug that into AC power and run it indefinitely. That'd be great for home security. On the back there's a quarter inch 20 pitch thread for mounting it like a tripod sort of mount. And then there's also the loops for the belt. The included belt goes through there. And this is how I normally do it, is I run it through there like this. And get on through there now. And then around the tree or whatever I'm roping it to, and then it's good to go. There's also a second hole in the top, and that presumably would be for some sort of cable lock, so you could lock it to something. Having said that, bad guys can probably just break those two things off and get away with your camera. But it would slow them down. So to use this thing, what we'll do is we'll flip it open and we turn it to the middle position on test, open the screen, and there is your screen. Now, I don't know if you can see that. Let me get a little bit zoomy so you can see that. There we go. Okay. So now you can see me. Hello. Let's go to the screen here. And we'll go through a few of the menu items here. So the mode is the first thing. And of course I'm using the remote here using up, down, left, right, and OK. Also there's exit and menu are the other things. So let's go through the menu quickly here. Into photo mode. So I like to take video with all of my things. Stills are great, but a video is much better. So I'll set it on video. The interval, PIR interval goes from 2 all the way up to 30 minutes it looks like. So we'll leave that set at 2 seconds. So PIR level, there's 3 options there, low, mid, or high. I'll leave it on mid, or I'll leave it on low. Infrared lamps are on security or hunting. So security means that they're not going to be as visible to the human eye. I'm going to leave it on security because we are using an area where they're all humans and I don't want them to see it. Number of captures, 1, 2, or 3. Well, we're not doing stills, we're doing video, but we'll leave it on 1. Video length. Now you have options in video length from 10 seconds through 5 minutes. So I have it on 1 minute. That seems like a good amount of time to capture some action of whatever's going on. And video size, so 720, 1080, VGA, or WVGA, you want that on the maximum size possible, or at least I do. Language is English. Here are all the languages that it comes with, on the firmware anyway, or the software. Clock setting, I haven't set the clock yet. I'll do that shortly so that that's correct. And timestamp, so you can put a timestamp on the photos. You know what, that's kind of useful. I'm going to turn that on so you can see exactly when things happen, but of course the time has to be set. Photo size is 16, 12, 8, 5, or 5 megapixels, so 16 is your maximum quality. And software, the current version of this is 3.1.10 underscore E. So then you can also do a firmware update, which is really nice. That'll be using the USB cord and their online website. Audio recording is on or off. I have that on. Time lapse, it'll do a time lapse, so it'll take a photo every so often. We're not going to use that function. And timer setting is either on or off. So we'll leave that off for now. Camera name, you can add a name to this camera. So if you have several cameras, you can name this by location or whatever. I'm not going to do that. Security code, you can enter a security code so nobody can enter your camera and look at your images. And that default restores everything back to the default settings. So that's it for settings. Go exit. So that's it in a nutshell. Let's turn it off. Zoom back. And we got 4 batteries in there. We've got a blank SD card that's formatted. I think I turned it off. I did. So let's take this thing out into the field. I'll see if I can rustle up one of my handy assistants, and we will take this thing outside and see if we can get some footage of little critters or big critters. You never know what you might find.